Hello and happy Monday from Radically Rational. Hope your weekend was a good one. If you know me, you know there's nothing I admire more than true tough. And there's nothing I despise more than phony, faux tough. So let's draw a contrast. The people and the government of Ukraine who are true tough and the flip-flopping, pandering, stick a moistened fingertip in the air and see which way the wind is blowing cultists of the GOP. Gotta admire it. It's like a good car that can turn sharply. Hell, they've done a full 180 in 72 hours. Impressive. And you know who's made a big mistake? Vladimir KGB Putin. This is already one of the greatest miscalculations of all time. Putin was wrong about everything. He thought Ukraine would flinch and crater. Wrong. He thought, because of all the time he spent sowing the seeds in the Trump administration, that he had already fractured NATO and that NATO would remain fractured. Wrong. In fact, Vlad the Impaler has now done more to unite NATO than anyone else or anything else in the last half century. He thought he could just roll into Kyiv. And here's what's happening. Because of the resistance, this has now gone on long enough that Vlad's tanks are running out of gas on the side of the road, and his captured baby soldiers are screaming for their mommies. Literally. He thought that we and the rest of the world would flinch because imposing economic sanctions on Russia would harm us. And instead, we are strangling the life out of their economy. And there's going to be a lot of upset people in Russia. That's another thing. He thought he could depend on the support of the Russian people. Yet, he messed up. Now look, there are a lot of different ways this could play out, and frankly, this guy is now desperate, and he does have a whole card to play that we don't want to talk about. But let's examine this to date. If you've been paying attention, if you're fair, you have to concede this. One of the things Vlad was counting on is that his intelligence would outstrip ours, because it was always able to during the Trump administration, and he was wrong. Our guys and gals have been 2 steps ahead of him throughout this entire process. They told the world what he was going to do before he did it and what he was trying to do, and it eliminated his ability to gaslight. Now again, I don't know what's going to happen from here. And know this, I am not a sycophant or an apologist or a bootlicker or an ass kicker, or ass kisser, I should say, for Joe Biden. But to date, if you deny that he has not only handled this well, he has handled this masterfully, you're either ignorant of the facts or you're just not being fair. Here's what I'm happy about. I'm seeing some genuine American toughness. But make no mistake, this is one of the rare times in human history, in global history, where there is a clear delineation between good and evil. We as a country are going to have to decide what side we're on, and all of you as individuals are going to have to do the same thing, because that decision is going to follow you to your grave and beyond, and it will impact your families. We are radically rational.